Hey there, little Messi.
Our first kayaking since we've been on our trip at Toad River. How fantastic is this?
This is what I love about this trip. We got French fries. The last stop, I got 4 salted caramel chocolate chip cookies.
Lots of burn we're going through right now. A blue sky. And there's the highway, the Alaska Highway. Woohoo! And there's my darling love enjoying his Nothing better than to start your tour of the library and see a whole shelf of free books. Welcome to North of Ordinary with Ronna
And Kelly, welcome.
This marks our first week on the road, and we've decided to mark our weeks doing weekly fireside chats, except that there's fire bans everywhere we go. Now we're opening up our home, our camper, to you for a bit of a fireside chat of what our last week on the road was all about. This week was leaving Yellowknife, saying goodbye to the kids.
Saying goodbye to the Fred Henne Park.
Yes.
We spent almost a week there.
We did. And Fred Henne was really good to us in terms of a fantastic beach while we were there during the hottest days of the summer so far. And just some really nice evenings with friends before we left and testing out the camper. That was the idea behind Fred Henne, was testing out the camper, making sure everything worked before we hit the road. And we did great.
We found out how to do all sorts of things. Hook up power. Oh, drive the camper into town because we had to get something because we no longer had 2 vehicles. We packed and unpacked our trailer a few times to figure out how we wanted to pack it. And we found out we need a bicycle rack and a kayak rack, which we will get later on in our travels. The first day we drove to
High Level.
High Level,
We did
yeah.
a really long trip to High Level. We've been trying to keep our trips to 3 to 4 hours, but we stayed an extra day in Yellowknife. So to keep up with our itinerary, we drove all the way to High Level the first day. And that felt long, but it was great. We were in a great campsite in High Level and enjoyed our evening there, and then hit the road to carry on down to Grimshaw for our next stop.
I'm going to back up. That campsite in High Level was really good, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was really
The
nice.
facility, the campsite itself, privacy, big tall trees. I wouldn't go anywhere without a thermocell these days in the Northwest Territories, but that was Alberta too. But I just wanted to say what a beautiful campsite it was in High Level. And then, we moved on to Grimshaw and we found out that it was mile 0 of the Mackenzie Highway.
Yes, we did not know that, and we just happened to come across mile 0, and we thought, well, we need to go check out what this is. And that's what it was. And it was really neat to see the sign, and we'll share it with you, that actually listed from Grimshaw all the different places right up into the NWT on the Mackenzie Highway and the distance for each of them. So that was kind of like a little bit of home that we had. And Grimshaw was where we started our library tour too. I'm trying to visit libraries as we go from community to community because I think they reflect a little bit about the culture of each community, and because for anyone that knows me, I'm a book bug. It's been kind of fun to actually explore libraries as we go through communities as we can.
What else did we discover? Well, we went to the Grimshaw Community Center and had a run walk. I walk.
I run.
and then we had our showers and moved on, didn't we?
It was great though. It was a really beautiful recreation center. And then from there we had a stop in Dawson Creek at the second mile 0 of our trip.
Second mile 0 of the Alaska Highway this time. What was your last experience at the mile 0? What was the moment for you?
In 1968, my parents drove up the Alaska Highway. My dad was doing a practicum for his master's in Whitehorse. And I was 1 year old, and I have a picture of my dad holding me at the Alaska Highway mile 0 marker. And we wanted to recapture that photograph 58
years later.
And so we did, and that was really neat. And you'll hear about that more as we carry on, because my parents did spend a lot of time in northern BC and in the Yukon, and I'm trying to recapture several different pictures and important places that they spent time in up here. So that'll be part of our trip as well, a bit of nostalgia.
Yep.
But yeah, that was beautiful to see, an incredible art gallery at Dawson Creek. And then onward we went to spend the night in Fort St. John.
Yes, and another lovely campground. And Fort St. John, I've been there quite a few times. Campsite was okay. I got no complaints on the campsites that we've stayed in. The issue that I got into was we were doing all these one-nighters and then driving 4 to 6 hours. And so I found that I got tired. And so the next day we went to Fort Nelson. And again, that wasn't a very long drive, but long enough, but got scenic on the highway. And again, a lovely campsite to stay in Fort Nelson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we really enjoyed Fort Nelson too, and we had a chance to go to their recreation center as well, do our workouts there. Working out is really important to us, it always has been, but for this trip we're continuing to train for a hike that we're doing in about 2 weeks north of Dawson City at Tombstone Territorial Park. We want to keep up our exercise and keep doing some hikes on the road. You'll hear more about those as we progress too, and see how we do as we get to our 22K hike in Tombstone, and if we've done enough training to make it through that hike.
Unlike a previous trip that we did the bakery tour, this one we're doing the tour of fitness facilities and hikes in outdoor nature, trying to get fit instead of gaining 10 pounds from lattes and baked goods.
Yes, that's a big shift for this tour.
It is a huge shift, yes.
And then from Fort Nelson, we actually went back into the NWT to a community called Fort Liard. We have a dear friend there and wanted to have a visit. It was only 2 hours off the Alaska Highway, and what a beautiful road. We were really surprised by how beautiful the road was, right up until about 6 kilometers before we got into Fort Liard, where they're doing construction to make the road better. But it was, it was a little bit of clay and
a slippery slope.
But we definitely got down into Fort Liard, and you'll see some of the bison that welcomed us in the community, walking around all over the community. And what fun that was to see them at the community pool, the community hall, at the waters,
at the car wash.
At the car wash. Yeah, just bison walking through town. So that was really neat, and a good 2 days there. We didn't stay at the Hay Lake campground there because we were with friends, but it's a beautiful little campground. Lots of mosquitoes, but the Hay Lake is just so pretty. So if you're down in that area, it's a very pretty campground.
Have some thermocells with you and a bug jacket.
Yeah.
Like literally have both.
Yeah, it was a lot, but very pretty. And then today our drive took us from Fort Liard back down onto the Alaska Highway and to a place called Toad River, which has been an unexpected
what a gem of a place.
Oh my gosh. We got here to beautiful campsites right on a small lake that goes into Toad River, and we were greeted by swans, and then all of a sudden Mother Moose and her calf. And that was incredible, like within 100 feet of us.
Yep.
And so we got to watch them for a few hours, and then the drama started.
Another cow moose came in, only with twins. And they came in, and they were feeding it out of this little lake. And she had 2 very courageous young calves because they took off on Mama Bear. And then circled over and decided they'd go and greet the other cow moose and her calf. Well, that Mama cow moose did not appreciate these 2 intruders.
No.
And for the next few hours, I would say tormented them.
Tension ensued.
Tension ensued between 2 mama cow moose. Yeah.
That was quite something to watch. And it was about 4 hours of watching them on this beautiful little lake, and never seen anything like it. So that was really neat. But that kind of wraps up our week.
What else did we do today? We took out our kayaks.
Oh, right. Yes. So we do have our kayaks on our trailer, and we will be giving you a tour. This is our living room, by the way, of our camper. But we will be giving you a tour of all the things that we have and how we're doing it and how we have managed to pack things up and and create a life for ourselves and a home, a beautiful home for ourselves on the road. So we'll be doing that. But yes, today we unpacked the kayaks and got into the lake, far away from the moose drama that was happening at the other end of the lake, but had a wonderful kayak and just made me so grateful. I love kayaking, so grateful that we brought our kayaks on this trip, and I just anticipate some more very amazing little kayak runs along the journey.
Little reminder of V Lake because of the rock faces, lots of trees and shallow waters and birds. But I tell you, we've never seen moose like we have today.
Yeah, no, for sure. V Lake in the NWT near Yellowknife.
Wildlife has been extraordinary driving up the Alaska Highway.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen goats, moose, a couple of bears, grouse.
Yes, well.
Grouse, I know, but grouse. Red-tailed hawk, and then caribou. We saw a number of caribou females with their babies,
Yeah.
and then 3 or 4 males
Males,
along the
yeah.
side of the road further up. I mean, the Alaska Highway, as I describe it, around every corner, there's something amazing to see, whether it's the mountains, whether it's the lakes, whether it's the rivers, whether it's the wildlife. It's just unimaginable beauty in northern BC heading up to Whitehorse, the Yukon. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our summary of our first week, and very excited to be sharing it with you. Thanks for joining us. It's so exciting to be sharing this with so many people, our friends and our family, and new friends and new community. And we look forward to continuing this as we carry on for the next, what was it? 7 months and 3 weeks.
Thank you for joining us today. And remember, it's just no ordinary life.
Nope.
Nope.
Do it again. No, just.
It's no ordinary life.
Do it one more time because I was looking at you funny.
Oh, it's no ordinary life.